Hey everybody, before I start this video, I want you to let me know what you think about this introduction that I made based off the last video at the track with a little extra at the end with the TL that was shot a few years back. So if you guys enjoy it, I think I should keep it. Let me know in the comments below if you like it or not. If you dislike it, just let me know. It's just a little work in progress. I am going to be dropping a whole new introduction with the TL, specifically like a movie style thing. So just for now, let me know what you think of the current intro. Let's get this video started. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel for a brand new video. My name is Jonathan. For those of you who are new, if you guys have been here before, thank you guys for joining me again. And for the new people that are watching this video right now, thank you for checking me out. Make sure you leave a like down below, share, subscribe, comment. I greatly appreciate everybody that's been following along from the beginning. And just want to apologize. I know it's been a while since I put a video up, but there's just been a lot of things going on in the behind the scenes. And as you see right now, there's an empty spot in the garage, but we'll get to that in just a second. So yeah, like I said, I appreciate everybody that's been following along. I appreciate you guys for all being patient. I know it's been about a month or so since I put the last full video. I've just been putting out shorts, just little things have been going on here and there just to keep the channel active. So for those of you that have been supporting every video, thank you very much. Your efforts and support did not go unappreciated. So I thank you for everybody and all those who've been reaching out, personally, as everything's been going on. But anyway, let's get to the title and thumbnail. Reason why you clicked on this video, like I said, the TL is gone. It's not here. Matter of fact, the Ford is not here either. My Ford Fusion, my daily, yep, it's gone. Yes, I'm carless at the moment, but I did replace the Fusion with this right here. No, I'm just joking. It's my work truck, but oh yeah. So yep, you guys did guess it. The project car right there. It is another TL. It's a 2008. It's a base model, but we'll talk about that in another video. Let's just stick to what's going on with my Acura TL, like my Type S. I always do these videos in the garage. Let me actually go out to my front porch. I never do a video out here. You guys can see what it looks like. It's nothing crazy special. It's nice little flower bed and a bunch of plant stuff over there. But yeah, we're gonna sit right here. I'm gonna talk. All right, so welcome to my front porch. All right, so we're gonna start this off with a friend of mine. His name is Gianni. He works at Speed Zone. If I'm not mistaken, they got a YouTube channel as well, so make sure you tap in with them and check out their content they got. And if you live in Central Florida, Kissimmee, Orlando area, they have two locations, one on Michigan Avenue in Kissimmee and the other one on Orange Avenue. So if you guys want to get a real good deal on parts and get everything you need for your vehicle, make sure you check out those locations. I will drop the information below so you guys can check them out. Anyway, so Gianni, we were leaving his job one time. I went to just go visit, and he said he heard some weird knocking noise coming from my engine. Now, mind you, he has the same car as me. Well, he has a base model TL, very similar. So he said he had heard some weird noise from my car. He thought it was his to begin with, but he turned his engine off. We could still hear the noise, so then we turned mine off and it stopped. So I was like, oh, that's weird. But since I did the swap, I was used to hearing a few little noises or whatever that I wasn't used to hearing before, because I don't have the timer cover on the TL anymore. We took that off to expose all the mechanicals and all that since they were all painted. So I was used to hearing like a little extra noise than I would you'd normally hear when the cover's on. So I heard it coming from that area, and I know the timing is top dead center. So I was like, you know what? That's probably what it is. It's just all mechanicals that's making noise in that area that you would normally hear when the cover's on. So I didn't think anything of it. So I want to say this was maybe 2 months ago. And then a few weeks prior, I did hear some ticking noise when I started the car one time, which didn't sound normal to me. But like most people, you hear weird noise in your car you haven't heard before. The first thing you're gonna do is, okay, I'll just turn it off and turn it back on, see if I still hear it. And I did that, and I didn't hear the noise anymore. So I thought, okay. So I always check my oil. I always check, all my fluid levels and everything like that. I always check my spark plugs and ignition cords. I always look through everything once in a while just to make sure everything under the hood is good, in good condition, or whatever needs replacing. I take care of it straight away. So I had fresh AMSOIL in the engine, maybe 2 months old AMSOIL. So it was still full. There was no, none of it was burned off and none of that. It was still like golden yellow, like as if I just put it in. That's the good thing about AMSOIL, is that the oil lasts so long and it's such high quality that you could run that oil for the whole 15,000 miles and it'll drain out and it'll still look like it's almost brand new, like it wasn't even used. So if you guys need AMSOIL, make sure you contact me, because I'm a dealer for AMSOIL. So reach out to me, get some good prices, and I also do same day delivery if you're in the Central Florida area. So oil was not an issue, and neither was spark or fuel. Fuel has been a bit of an issue for me as well. So I was driving the car one night, decided to, have a little bit of fun. Us car enthusiasts, we just like to wall out with our cars once in a while. So decided to do a couple little pulls on the way home from working out. And as I'm getting home is when I just hear this noise, which I'm gonna post a clip for you right now. I immediately stopped the car, popped the hood, checked the oil. This it kind of sounded like it was low on oil, but usually if these cars or these engines are low on oil, it doesn't allow you to rev past things like 4,000 or 5,000 RPM. It doesn't let you pass that if you're low on oil. So this wasn't the case. I was going all the way through each gear, each RPM just fine. It wasn't lagging or anything like that. So I already knew, like, okay, well, nothing's wrong with the oil, but let me check first thing anyways. Oil was good. It was right where it was at. Even I let the car idle. Sit for about 5 minutes or so before I checked it again. Oil was at the correct level. So okay, it's not a problem then. I started looking at little hoses that might have come loose. Started I look vacuum hoses. Started looking at anything that may have been loose on the engine or whatnot, and everything was fine. So I turned it back on again. Still hearing the noise. So I decided to reach out to my mechanic and let them know, hey, my car's making this strange noise. Like, what would cause that? So automatically told me, well, it may be a few things. You may have a rod knock. You may have a spun bearing. It may be a few things. Best thing you do right now is bring it to me and let's check it out and see what's going on with it. So I drove it to his house, and I was pretty much taking my time, because as I was driving there, the noise started to get worse. I'm like, this, I don't want to do any more damage to this engine. So I really just took my time driving it. I didn't do anything reckless at all. And by the time I got there, he came out and he told me, yeah, you need to park this car like now. One of my neighbors. Yeah, you need to park this car right now, because if you keep driving this car the way it is, you're gonna do a lot of damage. So I left the car there at his house. We both started doing some research over a couple of days. So to begin with, when we went on YouTube and looked up, Acura TL knocking issues, one of the first videos that popped up was a broken crankshaft. So I'll post that in the description as well, so you guys can see that video, because it sounded very, very similar. Now what that was is that I guess two of the rods are separated from the other four, and basically the two that was attached to the flywheel had separated from the other four. So funnily enough, the engine's still running even though the crankshaft was broken, and from my understanding is that they actually replaced the whole engine after that happened. So worst case scenario is gonna be a broken crankshaft. So after if I was able to get around to start looking at my car, he drained the oil, and he noticed a whole bunch of gold shavings, and he's like, yeah, spun bearing. I was like, well, damn. So that leaves a lot of questions in my mind, like what would have caused that? I wasn't low on oil. I wasn't, I had good fuel pressure. I had good, fuel, air, and spark. None of those, I was sparking on all 6 cylinders perfectly fine again, because I used to have data, so it shows me everything. There was no knock on each. There was no knock on either cylinder. There was no loss of air. There was no, it wasn't running rich or anything like that. So it really just confused me. It's like, how did this happen? So there's two things I can really think of as to why this happened. A couple months ago, I did suck up water through the intake, and it did temporarily stop the engine. I had to get it towed home, take all the spark plugs out, crank the water out. if it's something that you've been through before, it's a pretty simple procedure. Yes, it's time consuming, but it's very simple. You take all spark plugs, all ignition coils, you crank the engine over, let all the water shoot out of it, take off the manifold, drain the manifold out, clean it up, get all the water out of it, take the intake off, do the same thing, let it sit overnight, let it dry out. I put a bunch of heaters in the garage, just to make sure that it was nice and warm in there so it can dry properly. And then you're gonna buy 2 sets of oil changes. So you're gonna get 10 quarts of oil, 2 filters, and put the fresh oil in there, start it up, run it for about maybe 15-20 minutes, and then drain the oil again and put another, put the last set of oil in there, and then you're good to go. So that's happened to me a couple times before in other cars I've owned, so I pretty much knew the procedure already. So I was familiar with it. It drove perfectly fine after that. Or so I thought. So that's one thing as I can think of as to what caused the spun bearing. The other thing could be the fact that I've been needing a fuel pump for quite a while now, and I haven't been able to source one because the companies kept sending me the wrong one. So I hopefully finally got the right one now, but just the back of my mind, I knew that I needed a fuel pump. I just didn't think that this would cause, what's happened to the car now. So if that is something that contributed to it, that could have been an underlying condition. I've been running the car with a clogged fuel pump, so it's not pushing out as much fuel pressure as it should, even though the computer's saying it is. So that may be it as well. So take it from me. If you need certain things on the car, don't do what I do. All right. That's why I made these videos, so you guys can learn from me. I'm not a perfect person. I'm not a mechanical wizard. I learn as I go along. So thankfully, my blessings are, with this job I have, and be able to do all this overtime that I do. This is why I got the work truck with me right now, because I'm on call. So I'm just thankful for that I can pretty much kind of, and I'm not gonna say this to flex, but I can afford to make little mistakes like this just to show you guys, what not to do. So I'm bringing my experiences to you, so you can learn from things that I go through when it comes to vehicles, so what not to do and what to do. That's why I do little DIYs here and there. That's why I do reviews on things as well, so what to look for if you decide to go a certain route with what you decide to purchase in your life. So with that being said, I'm gonna walk into the garage now and show you all the parts that I ordered that finally came in yesterday, and everything finally got here. So let's go and show you. All right, so we're gonna start with this one right here. This is the main bearings from Heel Toe Auto. This is the fuel pump that came from Rock Auto. Hopefully this is the correct one this time. More than likely it is, because it is a lot different in size than the first couple that I got. So we got the fuel pump. We got the rod bearings. I'm gonna put that upside down so you can see my address. We got the rod bearings, and then we got the fuel pump by D&J. Very good brand. So up here we also have a few other goodies as well. As you can see, these are the waffles, which I did put tire stickers on. I'll save that for another video so we can see how that looks once I get the car running, of course. And I did finally get the RV6 Performance strut tower brace that goes on the front. I replaced the original one that's there. And the benefit of this is that if you have adjustable dampening suspension, you can adjust it without having to take off the whole strut tower brace like on the stock one. Of course, I can't really show you right now to show you the difference because I don't have the car with me, but there you go. Finally pulled the trigger on that. Hey everybody, so I'm currently editing this video that you're watching. And I figured I'm gonna put the unboxing in a separate video because I did realize this video went a little longer than I expected it to go. It made me explaining everything that happened. So I'll put that in a separate video. That way I'm not just making this like a 20-25 minute video, but just me talking about everything. And I will also show the project car in that video as well. So look out for that. If you guys enjoyed this, please like, share, comment, subscribe. I greatly appreciate each and every single one of you. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.